I think it was his slider. I told Claiborne outside, I kind of blacked out. It kind of was, that sometimes happens when you hit home runs. It comes out of the right tunnel and you're just trained to swing. But I think he went to that slider there. He went to it early in the at bat, and then I kind of figured he was gonna come back to it because he was throwing it to Bader a little bit, Paul before me. So I knew he was feeling good with it. He just happened to leave that one up, and I put a good swing on it.
What did you do to keep yourself ready? I mean, it's the first time you played this year, but your job is to be ready. What have you done to stay ready?
Just standard stuff, hitting the cage, working on the machine, simulating the best I can, kind of game at bats with the machine and working that. I think a lot of it, though, is working timing on deck. I think that's big, especially for me this year, focusing more on timing. So, standard stuff. It's been a week, and I think a lot of it, too, is learning a little bit from last year, how to handle what I do hitting-wise in between starts. And I think that is something I learned last year, how to handle that.
We've talked to Ollie. He's been pretty adamant that the time share is going to look a lot different this year. We're going to be seeing a lot more of you. That being said, is it important to post early to earn that maybe in the first start and show, look, this is time for this to happen now?
Well, I don't really think too much about that. I just make sure I'm prepared each game and going into each series. No matter how many times I play or I'm going to start going down the line. It's a long season, so I'm just trying to go game by game, series by series.
You were shy about showing some emotion, though, once you knew you got a hold of that one. Does it feel good in your first start to be able to have a moment like that?
Well, yeah. I mean, anytime you hit a home run, it's a pretty good feeling. I like to, I'm one of the guys in the clubhouse that like to keep it light, keep it fun. I just, getting the team fired up, a little bit and having some fun out there and playing hard.
Seems like it fired those guys up, too, to see you have that opportunity in that moment tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it ended up being kind of the game winner there, so that was a big spot to come through and really in an inning where he was pretty dominant. We got the couple hits early, and then he kind of bared down there to the guys ahead of me. So being able to come through on on a mistake pitch and put a good swing on was big.
Andrew, when you're going into the offseason, was there anything that you put onto like a particular focus or emphasis into changing your swing or perhaps even better results that you wanted to reflect on early on this year?
I think the main thing is just direction. I think looking back on my approach last year and, maybe a lot of that was learning how to not play every single day like I did pretty much my whole life. So not getting the consistent at-bat. So I think the number one thing for me is just direction with my swings, just trying to stay through the middle of the field and getting pitches kind of down the middle to be able to drive gap to gap. So really a lot of it just simplifying and going back to the basics of see the ball, hit the ball up the middle of the field.
Andrew, you had the best view of Jordan Hicks tonight. Where would you say he's at? How would you evaluate where he's at to start the year?
I mean, I think 2 zeros on the scoreboard is a pretty good start. I think that second inning, we talked after the first inning, we talked, and he said, I got to find my slider. I just got to get it over the middle of the plate. And he did that in that second inning and was lights out, especially the second inning. But being able to throw a 100-mile-an-hour sinker kind of helps you get through some situations there in his first inning. But I thought overall that's a good start for Hicks, and looking forward to him to build on that and keep building each outing or each start. Yeah, I mean he's the machine for a reason. That was definitely a display of hitting tonight. I can't say enough about how he played tonight. That was excellent. Just absolutely hitting the ball, squaring it up all over the field. So that was it's impressive to watch, and not only in the game, but just watching him in the cage and just listening to him talk to the team about approach and how to handle the game. And it's just he has a wealth of baseball knowledge.
We were just talking about you staying ready. Albert's having to do the same thing. And are you impressed with the work he's done in between? He started the opener and didn't play against until tonight.
Yeah, well, I want to say it's kind of different. The guy has almost 700 home runs, so I think he knows how to go about his business, and maybe that helps me too, watching what he does and being able to learn from him. So I don't think anybody's worried about Albert staying ready. I think he's locked in, and I think he looks really good.